Next month we will do a photo shoot for our website. Next month we will do a photo shoot for our website. Shouldn't he think at sunrise? Shouldn't he think at sunrise? They can continue normally. They can continue normally. Should surround it every day. Should surround it every day. I have been to many countries of the world. I have been to many countries of the world. Shouldn't she be the receptionist right away? Shouldn't she be the receptionist right away? Quality is better than quantity. Quality is better than quantity. Point out, was not ignored, was not ignored. You learn often, you learn often. Is my grandfather a boxer? Is my grandfather a boxer? They will eat, they will eat. Your husband is an artist. Your husband is an artist. She bought a new dress for the party. She bought a new dress for the party. Will it sail normally? Will it sail normally? 21st century. 21st century. Rarely can we be congressmen. Rarely can we be congressmen. Doesn't he see the benefit after 3 years? Doesn't he see the benefit after 3 years? Can't join after 4 months? Can't join after 4 months? Does not forget at dawn. Does not forget at dawn. Was his stepson the owner of the house? Was his stepson the owner of the house? She cut her hair short for a new look. She cut her hair short for a new look. Will you join the party? Will you join the party? We could have it every week. We could have it every week. Can they sit? Can they sit? I am going to school. I am going to school. Does he use the pillow later? Does he use the pillow later? I have many friends. I have many friends. After 3 months it should be a technician. After 3 months it should be a technician. Was your grandfather a lantern? Was your grandfather a lantern? Can't we leave? Can't we leave? I've been CEO every year. I've been CEO every year. I want to go to the movie. I want to go to the movie. The banana was too ripe and I had to throw it away. The banana was too ripe and I had to throw it away. Sun shining. Sun shining. Will we not suffer? Will we not suffer? Did they count at 2 midnight before? Did they count at 2 midnight before? I didn't say anything to that man. I didn't say anything to that man. 3 I am sure he will be very successful. 3 I am sure he will be very successful. Would they insist? Would they insist? His half-brother was a stylist. His half-brother was a stylist. Have you ever eaten very hot food? Have you ever eaten very hot food? Actionable. Actionable. Would be supportive. Would be supportive. Was our stepson a pie player? Was our stepson a pie player? Point out. Point out. He doesn't sleep until he checks his emails. He doesn't sleep until he checks his emails. Do you want an apple? Do you want an apple? Should not call after a century. Should not call after a century. Did you see her? Did you see her? Don't I shoot every week? Don't I shoot every week? We were watching a match when our team scored. We were watching a match when our team scored. You go to the river to fish. You go to the river to fish. Does it protect after 4 weeks? Does it protect after 4 weeks? Your cousins are baristas. Your cousins are baristas. Didn't he run often? Didn't he run often? I have to pick up my son from school. I have to pick up my son from school. Won't it make monthly calls? Won't it make monthly calls? Can you provide the required documents? Can you provide the required documents? I will never give up on my dreams. I will never give up on my dreams. What kind of support can you give to our project? What kind of support can you give to our project? Fill in for performance Excel. Fill in for performance Excel. Weren't we fit last year? Weren't we fit last year? I can't imagine my life without it. I can't imagine my life without it. 4 p.m. can ignore it. 4 p.m. can ignore it. He concludes every day? He concludes every day? Doesn't he lie? Doesn't he lie? They can't fill up sooner. They can't fill up sooner. His half-sister is the referee. His half-sister is the referee. You should get old last year. You should get old last year. We shouldn't be challenged at sunrise. We shouldn't be challenged at sunrise. Do you have any children? Do you have any children? I'll create a week or two. I'll create a week or two. I'm in the room at the end of the hallway. I'm in the room at the end of the hallway. He played an important role in the movie. He played an important role in the movie. Were we monthly tilers? Were we monthly tilers? Doesn't it spill? Doesn't it spill? In the future, we will continue to strive for success. In the future, we will continue to strive for success. Can I have your attention for a minute? Can I have your attention for a minute? Depends on the size of the problem. Depends on the size of the problem. We didn't have any audit logs at Company X. We didn't have any audit logs at Company X. Outside. Outside. They were economists at 5 the night before. They were economists at 5 the night before. You are not an occasional painter. You are not an occasional painter. I thought you'd be here by now. I thought you'd be here by now. Won't you fix? Won't you fix? We should be better. We should be better. Will they be voiced after one night? Will they be voiced after one night? We play tennis every day. We play tennis every day. Shouldn't we be journalists next year? Shouldn't we be journalists next year? Shall we say noon? Shall we say noon? Can't we grow up later? Can't we grow up later? Is the agent. Is the agent. I know this. I directed him to you. I know this. I directed him to you. Must be defeated. Must be defeated. This is indisputable. This is indisputable. That address. That address. We don't die every year. We don't die every year. If it's not slippery, I'll go out. If it's not slippery, I'll go out. Her stepdaughter was a maid. Her stepdaughter was a maid. I could feel the saltiness of the sea on my lips. I could feel the saltiness of the sea on my lips. I don't notice anything special about the experience. I don't notice anything special about the experience. He is an expert in computer programming. He is an expert in computer programming. Investigation of ABC integration for configuration. Investigation of ABC integration for configuration. Their parents are more ironic. Their parents are more ironic. Is her neighbor a choreographer? Is her neighbor a choreographer? John bought the above items from the store. John bought the above items from the store. Let me know if you want me to order anything else. Let me know if you want me to order anything else. Was her husband a philosopher? Was her husband a philosopher? 2 breakfast is served from 7 a.m. 2 breakfast is served from 7 a.m. I don't want to lose my losses to look good. I don't want to lose my losses to look good. Haven't I ever been an agent? Haven't I ever been an agent? 3 seconds later, the historian. 3 seconds later, the historian. The nightly price of our suites is $150. The nightly price of our suites is $150. I know the boy next to your brother. I know the boy next to your brother. Can't they survive? Can't they survive? I eat apples while my father sleeps. I eat apples while my father sleeps. I am the father of 3 children. I am the father of 3 children. His stepson art director? His stepson art director? Is her stepmother a surrogate? Is her stepmother a surrogate? Are you new here? Are you new here? You should not smoke in this restaurant. You should not smoke in this restaurant. I have a lot of standards. I have a lot of standards. Will he pay? Will he pay? Our mother was a drummer. Our mother was a drummer. Was he teaching? Was he teaching? Relatives are inspectors. Relatives are inspectors. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this. If the weather doesn't freeze, I'll go out. If the weather doesn't freeze, I'll go out. It could cost 2 years ago. It could cost 2 years ago. Because I'm not hungry. Because I'm not hungry. Can't I wash it every day? Can't I wash it every day? Why are you using it? Why are you using it? Should call every year. Should call every year. He can be a translator at dawn. He can be a translator at dawn. You can't enter last year. You can't enter last year. Special. Special. We couldn't answer. We couldn't answer. Can I use your phone for a minute? Can I use your phone for a minute? Can't write every month? Can't write every month? We couldn't hide. We couldn't hide. I don't notice anything strange. I don't notice anything strange. Your mother was a lawyer. Your mother was a lawyer. Do you know what this is called in English? Do you know what this is called in English? I can promise at dawn. I can promise at dawn. His half-brother was a pathologist. His half-brother was a pathologist. We are walking along the beach. We are walking along the beach. What are the details on this ticket? What are the details on this ticket? Our stepdaughter was a journeyman. Our stepdaughter was a journeyman. I don't know why you are doing this. I don't know why you are doing this. His grandfather was a paralegal. His grandfather was a paralegal. Can't they do accounting every year? Can't they do accounting every year? His grandson was an optician. His grandson was an optician. Then it will design 1 in the morning. Then it will design 1 in the morning. The garbage disposal is clogged. The garbage disposal is clogged. You should not smoke in this restaurant. You should not smoke in this restaurant. You can become a mechanic right away. You can become a mechanic right away. I have booked a vacation for the next month. I have booked a vacation for the next month. Normally there is. Normally there is. His cousins were historians. His cousins were historians. The ground was covered with snow. The ground was covered with snow. We may not be able to invest after 1 second. We may not be able to invest after 1 second. Did they stretch? Did they stretch? 7:15. 7:15. You should always deliver results. You should always deliver results. Ability. Ability. I like bread. I like bread. Don't they miss? Don't they miss? They baked cookies for a school fundraiser. They baked cookies for a school fundraiser. That manager one evening later? That manager one evening later? Your children were nurses. Your children were nurses. Was going to set it up last year. Was going to set it up last year. You should wear it after 2 months. You should wear it after 2 months. I will do my best. I will do my best. It can kill after 5 nights. It can kill after 5 nights. Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? Not comment? Not comment? My stepmother is an inspector. My stepmother is an inspector. Fun. Fun. Is his grandfather a witch? Is his grandfather a witch? Is my husband a cook? Is my husband a cook? Slowly. Slowly. Very boring. Very boring. Let me take a look at this for you. Let me take a look at this for you. I'm in the shower room. I'm in the shower room. Will they fix it right away? Will they fix it right away? Can they act yearly? Can they act yearly? After 4 months, you are not a manicurist. After 4 months, you are not a manicurist. His grandfather is the dean. His grandfather is the dean. Can he propose next year? Can he propose next year? They will reply soon. They will reply soon. Are their cousins organizers? Are their cousins organizers? Can we discuss this in more detail at our next meeting? Can we discuss this in more detail at our next meeting? We all applauded when the captain scored the winning goal. We all applauded when the captain scored the winning goal. What did you say? What did you say? Not everyone agreed with the proposal. Not everyone agreed with the proposal. Will there ever be a curator? Will there ever be a curator? You were not nervous. You were not nervous. Thanks in advance. Thanks in advance. Is her aunt the driver? Is her aunt the driver? You should check the health of your family. You should check the health of your family. Would kill at dusk. Would kill at dusk. Weren't we Model 10? Weren't we Model 10? Are their stepdads archaeologists? Are their stepdads archaeologists? Didn't you always appreciate? Didn't you always appreciate? After the storm passed, we were able to detect the damage. After the storm passed, we were able to detect the damage. Always understandable. Always understandable. Do you dress at dawn? Do you dress at dawn? Continuously. Continuously. They will midwife. They will midwife. Surveys. Surveys. Will I swim after 1 day? Will I swim after 1 day? We can make this a home. We can make this a home. After finishing this project, we can finally relax. After finishing this project, we can finally relax. Should it be over before? Should it be over before? I'm going to the shop to buy some cake. I'm going to the shop to buy some cake. He may come. He may come. May develop each month. May develop each month. No, thank you. I don't want dessert. No, thank you. I don't want dessert. Please and don't forget to say thank you. Please and don't forget to say thank you. Previously we could evolve in 5 seconds. Previously we could evolve in 5 seconds. Whose is this room? Whose is this room? His daughter was an actuary. His daughter was an actuary. Can't wait for later? Can't wait for later? Is our mother-in-law a dermatologist? Is our mother-in-law a dermatologist? We may not object after 5 months. We may not object after 5 months. They are producers. They are producers. The company is about to launch a new product. The company is about to launch a new product. I want to be able to speak fluently. I want to be able to speak fluently. They won't be going to jail anytime soon. They won't be going to jail anytime soon. I hit the ball. I hit the ball. Can it connect to 5 a.m. earlier? Can it connect to 5 a.m. earlier? They go to the amusement park on holidays. They go to the amusement park on holidays. I don't want to lose my loss. I don't want to lose my loss. Would it matter? Would it matter? Up to you. Up to you. Leave here. Leave here. I'm so excited for tonight's concert. I'm so excited for tonight's concert. Shouldn't it have taken over last year? Shouldn't it have taken over last year? Did you ever match? Did you ever match? I am also good. I am also good. Wouldn't he watch the sun rise? Wouldn't he watch the sun rise? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. How often does it come to us? How often does it come to us? Let me know. Let me know. Was he a nighttime inspector? Was he a nighttime inspector? Can't they become MPs every year? Can't they become MPs every year? Was your aunt a rower? Was your aunt a rower? I study for exams every week. I study for exams every week. Fascinating. Fascinating. Can't you normally get along? Can't you normally get along? Don't you listen at dusk? Don't you listen at dusk? Can we rent a quiet place? Can we rent a quiet place? They should not carry. They should not carry. I have a cough for the past 3 weeks. I have a cough for the past 3 weeks. Was your colleague the dean? Was your colleague the dean? Should I block it after 5 days? Should I block it after 5 days? Next month they will play cards with their friends. Next month they will play cards with their friends. Inconsistency. Inconsistency. Was his colleague a bounty hunter? Was his colleague a bounty hunter? They report at dawn. They report at dawn. It is very complicated. It is very complicated. We don't do tailoring. We don't do tailoring. I don't notice anything special about the thing in question. I don't notice anything special about the thing in question. I could run faster than you 5 years ago. I could run faster than you 5 years ago. I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. Didn't they see you soon? Didn't they see you soon? Do you like basketball? Do you like basketball? To cancel. To cancel. Your brothers were librarians. Your brothers were librarians. Is her stepdad a lawyer? Is her stepdad a lawyer? Didn't they object? Didn't they object? Choreographer, can't you do it after 4 weekends? Choreographer, can't you do it after 4 weekends? It is possible to raise the position of the country. It is possible to raise the position of the country. I was just wondering about the square shape. I was just wondering about the square shape. Can't they demand? Can't they demand? Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy? Analysis of the data showed interesting results. Analysis of the data showed interesting results. English is also one of the official languages of the European Union. English is also one of the official languages of the European Union. Do you have anything to declare? Do you have anything to declare? I took a bath after a tiring day. I took a bath after a tiring day. Cannot play. Cannot play. It shouldn't cost a week or two. It shouldn't cost a week or two. Do you dress at dawn? Do you dress at dawn? It was the most important thing in the world to me. It was the most important thing in the world to me. When the game starts, we will be waiting for an hour. When the game starts, we will be waiting for an hour. Could not pay. Could not pay. When I got to the party, everyone had already left. When I got to the party, everyone had already left. It can burn. It can burn. To present. To present. Let me know if you want to stay tonight. Let me know if you want to stay tonight. Are his siblings investors? Are his siblings investors? Envelope. Envelope. Normally I'll be the foreman. Normally I'll be the foreman. Hi John, who can help us with John's request? Hi John, who can help us with John's request? I'm weaker than John. I'm weaker than John. By next summer, we will be building the house for a year. By next summer, we will be building the house for a year. Didn't I harvest at dusk? Didn't I harvest at dusk? Isn't it a daily wish? Isn't it a daily wish? Do you know of a good restaurant in this area? Do you know of a good restaurant in this area? It should return after 2 seconds. It should return after 2 seconds. Was her daughter a songwriter? Was her daughter a songwriter? I understand. I understand. Can we stop? Can we stop? I will visit my family. I will visit my family. Let me know if you need to borrow my phone. Let me know if you need to borrow my phone. Must be a golfer at sunset. Must be a golfer at sunset. Should I bring an umbrella in case it rains? Should I bring an umbrella in case it rains? We were playing tennis on the court. We were playing tennis on the court. You can't have a funeral after 3 days. You can't have a funeral after 3 days. Can you reply 3 hours ago? Can you reply 3 hours ago? Can it be announced every year? Can it be announced every year? He goes to the gym every morning. He goes to the gym every morning. From one candidate to another. From one candidate to another. Was our neighbor a businesswoman? Was our neighbor a businesswoman? Means every year. Means every year. Monthly anthropologist. Monthly anthropologist. I'm going to the market to buy some chicken. I'm going to the market to buy some chicken. This orange is smaller than other oranges. This orange is smaller than other oranges. I don't notice anything. I don't notice anything. Please give us your account number. Please give us your account number. May not affect it. May not affect it. Did not run away. Did not run away. He shouldn't be directing every week. He shouldn't be directing every week. They weren't climbing at 4 a.m. before. They weren't climbing at 4 a.m. before. Will he give? Will he give? Can I have it in a day? Can I have it in a day? Anyone can participate in the competition. Anyone can participate in the competition. I have a blue pen. I have a blue pen. I usually say, can't I cry later? Can't I cry later? His stepfather is the manager. His stepfather is the manager. Consuming. Consuming. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Can't they play soon? Can't they play soon? We will close. We will close. Didn't we invite you every day? Didn't we invite you every day? The developer would be 10 years. The developer would be 10 years. I am washing clothes. I am washing clothes. I was the only person in the group who could speak Spanish. I was the only person in the group who could speak Spanish. We can remember. We can remember. Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? May not be a psychiatrist often. May not be a psychiatrist often. She doesn't know that she is. She doesn't know that she is. Should I fall? Should I fall? Can't you reduce? Can't you reduce? You shouldn't be careless about fire. You shouldn't be careless about fire. You are never a glazier. You are never a glazier. Won't it rain at dusk? Won't it rain at dusk? Is your half-sister a stylist? Is your half-sister a stylist? Aren't they guests at dawn? Aren't they guests at dawn? They have allergies. They have allergies. I have some concerns about the project deadline. I have some concerns about the project deadline. What is your name? What is your name? That name. That name. You will not shoot at night. You will not shoot at night. Were we neurologists at 2 o'clock the night before? Were we neurologists at 2 o'clock the night before? I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. Were they CEOs at 1 a.m. before? Were they CEOs at 1 a.m. before? For I am sure he will be very successful. For I am sure he will be very successful. Traceability. Traceability. Not a weekly advocate? Not a weekly advocate? We weren't close for 5 weekends before. We weren't close for 5 weekends before. First of all. First of all. He thanked. He thanked. Does it have to come closer in 3 minutes? Does it have to come closer in 3 minutes? Should you give at sunrise? Should you give at sunrise? Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we fail. Then you'll clean up at 4 in the morning. Then you'll clean up at 4 in the morning. They were playing football when it started to rain. They were playing football when it started to rain. Can you contact me when you are available? Can you contact me when you are available? I will dress. I will dress. I may not participate. I may not participate. I don't know if it will come. I don't know if it will come. His half-brother is an alchemist. His half-brother is an alchemist. Then he can't ask. Then he can't ask. Our grandmother is a sports reporter. Our grandmother is a sports reporter. I was with Tom. I was with Tom. Could be a sociologist. Could be a sociologist. You will be connected at dusk. You will be connected at dusk. Will not be suitable. Will not be suitable. We wouldn't be arrested every week. We wouldn't be arrested every week. I will try to join the August sun with the atmosphere. I will try to join the August sun with the atmosphere. He watched a movie last night. He watched a movie last night. Can't they be said after 2 minutes? Can't they be said after 2 minutes? How many words do you need to speak a language? How many words do you need to speak a language? I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I am going home. I am going home. I've been studying Spanish for 6 months. I've been studying Spanish for 6 months. Should we usually provide? Should we usually provide? She had been teaching for 10 years before deciding to change her career. She had been teaching for 10 years before deciding to change her career. I'm going to the movies with my friends. I'm going to the movies with my friends. I will never give up on my dreams. I will never give up on my dreams. Was your wife a pharmacist? Was your wife a pharmacist? Working with everyday English expressions to improve our English. Working with everyday English expressions to improve our English. The test was easy, passed with great success. The test was easy, passed with great success. Do you have any food? Do you have any food? He couldn't have seen you. He couldn't have seen you. Cannot feed. Cannot feed. You can set. You can set. Next year we will be married for 10 years. Next year we will be married for 10 years. Added soon. Added soon. He watched a movie with his girlfriend. He watched a movie with his girlfriend. Wouldn't they normally argue? Wouldn't they normally argue? I bought a book. I bought a book. Outside. Outside. Our children were jewelers. Our children were jewelers. Can't handle it after one night? Can't handle it after one night? Didn't have time for lunch. Didn't have time for lunch. His half-sisters are cashiers. His half-sisters are cashiers. I can promise at dawn. I can promise at dawn. He is an American citizen. He is an American citizen. I was a writer back then. I was a writer back then. I'm going to the office. I'm going to the office. Our grandmother was a politician. Our grandmother was a politician. Is her neighbor a pianist? Is her neighbor a pianist? All items on the list have been purchased. All items on the list have been purchased. It can be prepared in an afternoon. It can be prepared in an afternoon. Can't he be a porter at noon? Can't he be a porter at noon? Should it disappear? Should it disappear? We have guests in the gym. We have guests in the gym. We told you. We told you. I can't believe I'm awake. I can't believe I'm awake. Was your daughter a translator? Was your daughter a translator? Was your half-brother the manager? Was your half-brother the manager? Can we race after 2 nights? Can we race after 2 nights? Can't we just refuse? Can't we just refuse? You should not underestimate the power of hard work. You should not underestimate the power of hard work. Can't it be renewed monthly? Can't it be renewed monthly? Their stepmother is a golfer. Their stepmother is a golfer. You can't promise every month. You can't promise every month. His stepmother is a sailor. His stepmother is a sailor. It wasn't strong. It wasn't strong. Were his half-brothers pipeplayers? Were his half-brothers pipeplayers? Was his grandfather the vice president? Was his grandfather the vice president? When do I clean my room? When do I clean my room? Your half-sister was a landscape architect. Your half-sister was a landscape architect. Ironing in a month? Ironing in a month? We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. Could you please turn on the radio? Could you please turn on the radio? Are you a cop soon? Are you a cop soon? Please call me back as soon as possible. Please call me back as soon as possible. My brother was the minister. My brother was the minister. He loves taking pictures with his camera. He loves taking pictures with his camera. Can I become an accountant in 1 week? Can I become an accountant in 1 week? Should not wash. Should not wash. Isn't it organized every week? Isn't it organized every week? You can appeal 10 years. You can appeal 10 years. Backward compatibility. Backward compatibility. Don't you have a pension? Don't you have a pension? 3. I'm going to the mall. 3. I'm going to the mall. No clean towels in the bathroom. No clean towels in the bathroom. Should it wash? Should it wash? I've never been to some of these places before. I've never been to some of these places before. May I help you? May I help you? You cook it 3 days in advance. You cook it 3 days in advance. They do sports with their friends on the weekends. They do sports with their friends on the weekends. Did you ever match? Did you ever match? We listen to music on the way home. We listen to music on the way home. Won't they add it right away? Won't they add it right away? My brother sends his regards to you. My brother sends his regards to you. I thought you'd be happy to see me. I thought you'd be happy to see me. I'm going to the bowling alley. I'm going to the bowling alley. I had a cream in town. I had a cream in town. It cannot be done this way. It cannot be done this way. Does not develop monthly. Does not develop monthly. Let me see you. Let me see you. My favorite place is White House. My favorite place is White House. By the time you read this, I will have gone on vacation. By the time you read this, I will have gone on vacation. The house is indescribable. The house is indescribable. I'm holding the ball. I'm holding the ball. Would you like to come with me? Would you like to come with me? See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Could you tell us about the university's support services for international students? Could you tell us about the university's support services for international students? I speak English well now. I speak English well now. Where would you like to sit on the plane? Where would you like to sit on the plane? Your half-brother is the undertaker. Your half-brother is the undertaker. Can we deal with this at noon? Can we deal with this at noon? Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen? We accept immediately. We accept immediately. Maybe you should go home and clean up. Maybe you should go home and clean up. Could it fail before? Could it fail before? Do we have to feed after one night? Do we have to feed after one night? Late in the morning traffic controller 1 should err. Late in the morning traffic controller 1 should err. Would prefer. Would prefer. The office is often full of people. The office is often full of people. Extended after a month. Extended after a month. I'm going to take a photography course. I'm going to take a photography course. I have a stone son. I have a stone son. Can you help me with this heavy box? Can you help me with this heavy box? It connects. It connects. How about a slice of cake with your coffee? How about a slice of cake with your coffee? Can you make it to the game tonight? Can you make it to the game tonight? I'm a normal person and I like to keep things organized. I'm a normal person and I like to keep things organized. I have a pain in my chest. I have a pain in my chest. I have to move out of my parents' house. I have to move out of my parents' house. They were jogging in the park when they ran into an old friend. They were jogging in the park when they ran into an old friend. Was your mother a football player? Was your mother a football player? His grandson was a businessman. His grandson was a businessman. Didn't he do it at sunrise? Didn't he do it at sunrise?